Yeah, I stuffed that last video. I forgot to stop down. So what I've done now is I actually stopped down 3 notches. So yeah, they dry out pretty quickly. But yeah, it was about 39 degrees about half an hour ago by the computer. It's going to be 41, they reckon. It's an absolute scorcher today. You can tell that because Mount Gambier is going to be 41. So down the south, the limestone coast, down the south into the cooler part of southern Australia, it's 41, the same here. So, you know, and they're predicting dry lightning. And of course, if that occurs, you know, at dusk or a little bit later, they can't fly the bombers at night because of the power lines and stuff like that. So they can only actually put water on a fire via a tender sort of thing. So yeah, it's not going to be pretty. But anyway, I'll keep you informed, and if there's anything develops, I'll see if I can capture anything. Made up a couple more replicates, I think you want to call them that. So the interesting thing though is this last night started self-reacting. So this is the aluminium one. Let's put it on spot colour. And it was started going black, and you can see there's blackness between the grains of the polystyrene, if you want to call them that. I try putting the camera through there without pressing any buttons, getting rid of some of this grass. It's getting in the way without knocking any bottles over. And if we can, I press something? No. Oh yes, I have pressed something. Okay. More grass tonight. Okay, and if I knock it, you can see a lot more comes off, but it is actually self-generating now from the aluminium. You can see it's reacting, and so on and so forth. The only other development is this one over here, which is it started to go green. I don't know if you can see that up the top there. So yeah, hopefully it's focused it on there. And I don't know, if you can go on there like that, sort of. So yeah. Oh, and this one here with the salt and the charcoal and the polystyrene, that has actually started to green on the top slightly. So you know, the salt just inhibits it in a way, slows it down. But apart from there, maybe there might be something going on with the cobalt, I don't know, but we'll see. Back to normal focus. So, don't know whether this one with the sulphur is going to go green eventually, I don't know. But this one here is greening up even more, as you can probably see. And considering the aluminium one there, I don't know if that means we've stuffed this one. We're going to get sort of blackening around the edges or something, and maybe I'm going to have to do it all again or something. It turns out to be a negative rather than a positive. A lot of hoverflies around, as you can probably see, hovering around here. See if I can put it on spot colour and see if we can capture any hoverflies doing their thing. It's 50 frames a second. I think some of them are mating. Any round here? Not that I can see. I think they seem to be attracted by these sort of plants, apparently. Okay, a few more down there. Okay, hovering around. Good food though for the CPs if you can grow them. Okay, back to normal. But that's about it really. There's nothing really much else to report apart from, you know, it's going to be a dicey day because if a bushfire starts and we get gully winds and it all, you know, you can see the wind up in the trees there. Let's see if we can get a focus up on the trees up there. You can see there's a bit of windage there. So this is windage now this time of day. And once the temperature drops, if it's going to drop like 20, you know, 15 degrees or something like that, you know, it's going to cause gully winds, you see. And of course, if we got these clouds form a dry lightning strike, you get a bushfire that starts late in the day, almost on dusk. What you usually get is a few bombers going over, and they go to about, you know, until it gets dusk, and then they can't fly anymore. And the only good thing is it doesn't get dusk until really late, in the day. As I said, around my birthday, in another 6 weeks' time, it doesn't. The sun doesn't set until 8:45, so they can still fly the bombers until about then, you know, which is 8:45 non-daylight saving time. But yeah, so as I said, you can tell it's going to be really bad. The fact that Mount Gambier is going to be 41, the same temperature as here, and you know, they usually get these temperature things wrong, so it could go to 42 or something like that, you know. As I say, every 10 degrees rise in temperature is a double the reaction rate, so, you know, a bushfire will go, you know, will burn twice as fast with every 10 degrees rise in temperature. And then you've got the factor of slope. For every 10 degrees rise in slope, you double the speed of the bushfire. And that's an exponential thing, so, you know, from 20 is 4 times, and 30 is 8 times, and 40 degree slope is 16 times, and a 50 degree slope is a 32 times increase. So, you know, once you're getting up to, you know, 45 degrees, you're basically toast. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's about it for here. Only basically two developments, basically. That one's started to self-react. Whether it's going to get into like a chain reaction situation and blow the stuff out the top, I don't know. Keep an eye on these things, see if I can find a way. But I still like the look of those, you know, the original ones, and of course they're starting to green around the top, so interesting. Do we have two organisms, or is it just the red one going green, and why does it go green? So, you know, well, we're 23 seconds on the card. If anything develops during the day, we have a massive bushfire down at the creek down here like we had in 1998. Well, I'll try and film some of it for you. Okay, over and out. See ya.